What are you doing, Taehyung? You asked your husband, perplexed, when he snatched the plate from your hand which you were washing. But instead of answering, he twirled you around and removed your apron in one swift motion. My new drama is going on air today. You know that, right? A surprise shriek slipped your throat when all of a sudden he picked you up in bridal style like you were nothing. Your hands flew to his neck in reflex as you tightly held him. A breathy gasp escaped your lips when he bounced you in his arms, humming for an answer. I know, but there is still time, and I need to clean the kitchen and wash the dishes. You reasoned, eyeing the messy kitchen. I'll do everything but later. For now, focus on me. He playfully squinted his eyes, and you couldn't help but chuckle at his childishness. I can't believe you are a father of two girls when you yourself behave like a toddler sometimes. You couldn't hold yourself from ruffling his wavy long hair. Call me a kid or whatever, but I'm so excited about this project. You know it's going to be a turning point in your career. I know that. You completed his sentence. He nodded with a wide grin tugged at his lips. His dark brown, almond eyes shone with excitement. His enthusiasm brought a genuine smile on your lips. I want every one of us to watch it together. I had worked really hard and I want my family to watch it and praise me. I deserve compliments, especially from my girls. He voiced out his excitement whilst you admired him. Even after being together for years, he still looked like how you saw him for the first time. He was your goofy boyfriend who loved to get on your nerves. His weird antics sometimes irritated you and sometimes made you laugh till your stomach started hurting. You had watched him turning into a loving and responsible husband and father. He transformed into a mature man and still growing. He was aging like fine wine. You were so occupied with your thoughts that you didn't notice when he came in the living area until you felt the warm, bouncy couch underneath yourself as he placed you down. These girls, you noticed him shaking his head looking around. I brought both of them here before going to you, and now who knows where they fled away. He shook his head with a disappointed but no surprised expression. Well, you can't blame them. They are your daughters after all. True, he nodded, agreeing with you. Wait here, I'll go and get them really quick, and ye, don't you disappear, he warned, making his way upstairs to search for his mischievous daughters. You made yourself comfortable on the couch and patiently awaited for the father daughter's trio. Soon after, you heard loud squealing of your little ones. Your smile, which never left, widened even more when you watched them stepping down the stairs with your 5-year-old twins clutched in each of his arms. Their sweet giggles filled the air as Taehyung bounced them in his grip, coming in your direction. Your heart swelled with warmth and happiness as you watched the tuning between them. Your eyes desperately drank in the happy faces of your kids, especially your husband. It's the best feeling to watch your man turning into a father of your children. No escaping this time, he warned, playfully glaring at the two little devils who just laughed it off. He placed them on either side of you and took a seat on the floor, making space between your legs. Amma, they hugged you sideways whilst you pulled them in your comforting motherly warmth, placing a lingering peck on their head. Someone is missing. He murmured to himself, his forehead creased with confusion. Appa, Yontan, the older twin replied, Ye right. Yontan, he called out, followed by a whistle. A black and tan Pomeranian dog squeezed out from under the couch and stood before him, wiggling his tail. Come here, the show is about to start. The dog understood the assignment and hopped towards Taehyung, who extended his hands to grab him. But to his dismay, he dissed him and climbed on his face to settle in your lap. Betrayer. He mumbled profanities under his breath after getting dumped by him. He turned on the TV exactly on time as the intro of his new drama started playing. It started. He beamed with enthusiasm. You and the twins clapped, showing equal excitement, whilst Yuntan woofed, supporting his family. Wow, when the intro is this good, I can't imagine how amazing the whole show will be. You chirped, and his lips broke into a full blown boxy smile. There's a surprise for you. He craned his neck, looking at you with mischief in his eyes. What? You will see. He turned his attention back on the ongoing drama, leaving you confused. You shrugged off and focused on the screen. 25 minutes into the drama, and everyone had their eyes stuck on the screen where the protagonist, means Taehyung, was seen working in office. He was playing a cold CEO character, but suddenly a tall, muscular man clad in black tuxedo entered his cabin. Only his back was shown. A thick silence hung in the air as everybody's attention was on the new entry until the camera took a whole 360-degree turn and revealed the unknown man's face. Lee Min Ho. Taehyung flinched when you and the twins shouted in unison. Yeah, this is the surprise. Lee Min Ho made a cameo appearance. He briefly explained with a smile, but his smile dropped when his words were left unheard because you and the twins were busy ogling at the handsome man displaying on the screen. Amma, his voice. The younger twins shrieked when Lee Min Ho delivered his dialogues. Taeyong observed his girl's reaction. A scold took over his features when he noticed you and his kids simping over another man when he was also there, giving his the bestest performance. Minho, Pa, Tae, Tessa, and you sang in unison. His jaw dropped. He gaped at the trio in disbelief. Uppa, really? Tae, Tessa, call him Ajushi. He is elder than me. He blurted out in irritation, but he got ignored by his wife and daughters. Amma, he looks gorgeous in black, she exclaimed. You nodded, agreeing with her, whilst your whole attention was on the screen, gawking at your all time favorite actor. Taeyong scoffed and glanced at the screen. I'm also wearing black and I'm looking more handsome than him. A look of distress took over his features and he didn't get any response from them. It backfired, ain't it? He heard his subconscious mind mocking him. He looked so dreamy, and that's it. His last string of patience broke, and he abruptly turned off the TV. Why? He heard their loud squeak of frustration, followed by an irritated bark of Yontan. We are not watching it anymore. But why, Appa? We want to watch Lee Min Ho. She asserted out. Her mother and sister hummed, supporting her, and not to forget Yontan, who let out a woof of agreement. No, this is my drama. I was supposed to get praised by you, but you guys are praising him. He is stealing my limelight, and I am not liking it. He blurted out his frustration in front of his family. You and the twins exchanged glances before looking at Taeyong. Who do you love more, me or Lee Min Ho? He asked like a child. Of course, you. The response brought a smile on his lips, but he wasn't satisfied. So he asked another question to ruin his momentary happiness. Who is your favorite actor, me or Lee Min Ho? Came the instant reply. His face fell. His eyes turned gloomy. You all are betrayers. You don't love me anymore. He mumbled sadly and threw the TV remote on the couch. He slowly skidded towards the corner of the living room and sat down facing the wall. He mumbled incoherent words under his breath. Amma, we made Appa sad. She poked your arm, looking at his father sadly. Let's go and make him happy, he suggested. They nodded vigorously and slid down the couch. They walked towards him. You followed closely after. Appa, they softly called out, but he kept silent, giving back the same treatment. Taehyung, you knelt down next to him and placed your hand on his shoulder, which he shrugged off. When you said he acted like a toddler sometimes, you were right. Okay, we will only praise you. Now look at us. You gazed at the twins who nodded understandingly. Yes, Appa. Slightly, ever so slightly, he tilted his head and looked at you over his shoulder. Promise? He mumbled, his voice barely above a whisper. Yes, promise. As soon as he got the green signal, he turned around with the white grin. You are not angry, right? He asked while she shook his head, showing his infamous boxy smile. Why would I be angry when you guys won't shimp over Lee Min-ho anymore? You and the twins shared a nervous glance before looking back at him. Appa, you are our hero and we love you very much, but Lee Min-ho is our favorite actor and no one can change this fact. You completed the statement and watched how his smile disappeared. That means you don't love me. He looked down as his lips puckered into a sad pout. Taehyung, don't be a child. We love you and you know that too. He's just our favorite actor and you are our everything. These two things are totally uncomparable. But my daughters, he halted when he didn't find them near him. Then he heard the voice of Lee Min Ho and found them watching the drama, unbothered about their surroundings. It's all because of you. If you hadn't watched his dramas during your pregnancy, my. He stopped when he glanced in your direction only to find it empty. He looked back at his daughters to find you between them watching the drama curiously. He didn't know when you fled away from there. His eyes moved to Yontan, who was sitting beside him, giving him a pitiful look. Only you are my real family who always stands beside. He halted when Yontan woofed and hoped to join the girls' gang, leaving him sulking behind. Nobody loves me. He purposely raised his voice to let them hear, but as expected, they turned deaf ear towards him. Can anybody hear me? I am abandoned by my own family. He tried once again, but no one paid any heed to his words. He let out an exasperated sigh and thrashed his limbs in air to remove his bubbling up irritation. All are betrayers. I'll take revenge. I'll hide twins' chocolates. I'll feed Yuntan human biscuits instead of dog ones. And when I'll see her in our bedroom. He narrowed his eyes at them when he heard them giggling. Ignoring me. Lee Min Ho's scene will be finished in 15 minutes. Then I'll see them. I won't talk to them. Making some plans inside his head, he decided to join them as there was no use of sulking in the corner. It wasn't doing anything good except irritating him. I'll get you back later. With a promise to himself, he made his way towards his family.